Merry Christmas and welcome back to my channel. We have a lot to dive into today and it's really just going to be a sit down talking video, so grab something cozy and let's get started. We are who we are. This is my last video before January and my last video for 2021. This past weekend my husband threw me a surprise birthday party. I am turning 30 tomorrow. 30. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about that. I know it's just a number and it's not even a big deal, but I don't know. I'm not gonna be in my 20s anymore. Starting a new decade of life. And I don't really know how I feel about it. He threw me a surprise party with a lot of my family and my friends, and I'm gonna post some like pictures and the video of him surprising me so you guys can see.
Okay, open it up.
And he got me this really sweet gift of this photo that was taken at our wedding, and I've been wanting to get a big photo of this picture to hang in our bedroom for like the longest time, like for years. And now, like that we have a house, we have space for it, because when we lived in the camper we didn't have a space for a huge photo like that. But he got it printed off and put it in a huge photo frame. And so we hung it up in the hallway instead of our bedroom because, I don't know, I just really like the spot that it's at, and I'll show you where it's at.
They're for you! That's surprise! Alright, close your eyes. One more time. Watch out!
Everyone says
Alright. Open them. Yep.
I don't want to. Do it! I don't want to. This one.
So here's the photo. It's kind of got a glare, but and I've wanted this photo printed off for such a long time, so he got me this. So he also got this one printed off, and it was when we were cutting our cake. If you can see his sneaky little face, he was getting ready to smash this cake right into my face, up my nose. He got those gifts for me, and he printed off some other pictures that were just like loose pictures for me. And then I got some more gifts, and it's so crazy having a birthday party as an adult. Like having it the way that you would have a birthday party like if you were a kid. My mom was like, do you want to open your gifts or do the cake first? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never had to make that decision as an adult. I'm like, I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. And then they sang happy birthday to me, which also was like super weird, having like all that attention on me. I don't know, it was crazy. It was a lot of fun, but it was like super weird at the same time because I haven't had a birthday party like that since I was a kid. Like, I don't know, it was a lot of fun though. So I'll be putting footage of all that.
Why don't I be me and you be you? We're spreading color around us. We're lighting up the sky, it's what we do. We shouldn't care about anyone or anything that brings us down.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the end of 2021 and the beginning of the new year. For one, it seems so crazy that we're already at the end of 2021. Like, I feel like it was just yesterday we were starting it. This year every year flies by, but this year just seemed to go a lot quicker. I just wanted to kind of give you guys just, I don't know, share a little bit of how my year has went, and maybe some of you can relate, and maybe some of you can't. Hopefully some of you can't really relate to the bad times. But so this year we got to see the ocean for the first time, and it was like mind-blowing. Like, you see it on TV, and I know a lot of people have probably been there. I'd leave it to us to wait until we're like well into our 30s before we ever even go. So we went with my sister and her fiance to see the ocean. It took my breath away. You don't realize how massive it is. Like, you know how big it is, but when you see it in real life, like, it's so hard for me to explain, but I mean, if you've been there, then you know. The ocean is also super scary, huge, and it's so powerful. Like, it's so strong. I did not venture out very far because I don't know. I guess I just let fear take over, and I was like, every time a wave like would come in, I'm like, I know there's sharks in here and they're just gonna eat us every single time, which obviously they didn't. But in my head, I'm like, that's what's happening. My husband, however, went quite a ways out there, but not too far, because I didn't let him go too far because it was freaking me out. I don't know. But it was also like the most amazing experience. Like, being on the beaches and all the seashells and the sand and like all the little like animals of the ocean, like, I don't know, it was so cool. And it was like a different atmosphere being there. If anyone knows me and my husband, like, we're into fitness and health and that kind of stuff, which I've not been on the fitness train here lately for the past like few months, but that's another story. But I mean, it is like a big part of our lives. And being in Florida at the beach, like, everybody is so active there. We got up, because we were a block away from the ocean. We got up every morning and we went to the ocean like first thing, like before I even had breakfast, anything. I wanted to go there in the morning because we were on the East Coast, and so the sun was rising on the ocean and it was so pretty. We would go there and there would be people doing yoga on the beach, people running, people swimming, and I'm like, this is so different from where we live. Like, people are active here, but you don't see people active outside very much. I mean, in the summer they are. I don't know, I guess because there's just different things that you can do in Florida, obviously, than in the middle of Missouri. It was just really cool to be in that atmosphere. And me and my husband have always said, you know, we want to live in a place where people are like active all the time, or where you can be active. Like, yes, you can be active here. I don't know, it's just a different atmosphere. We have talked many times about moving to Florida, which we said the same thing when we went to visit Arizona for the first time. I don't know, the ocean's like a whole different thing. So I got to see my husband do his first Spartan race in Nashville. It was a lot of fun. It poured down rain like so hard. Kind of want to do one in the future, but right now I'm not really in a place where I could do one, but not the way that I would want to. I couldn't even do a pull-up to save my life, so I've just got work to do. I also have Spartan Races for kids, so my oldest wants to try one, which I'm hoping next year he will be able to do one. My husband, however, has fallen completely in love with Spartan Races, and he wants that to be his full-time job. And he will probably get there one of these days, but because it's not something you can just be like, oh, that's what I'm doing full time and then get paid for it. It doesn't work like that. But he has been running like so much more and just wanting to train and do multiple races next year. And so I'm looking forward to seeing him do a lot of those. So this past year was also filled with some really hard times, and it was a lot of mental overwhelming mental stressfulness. I don't really know how to explain it, but it took a toll on my mental health a little bit. I lost both of my grandpas within like a month apart. They both passed away from very similar things. When we found out they were sick, like whenever we knew they were sick, but whenever it started getting like really bad, it progressed very quickly. It's really hard to take in. That's the first time that I've actually lost someone who was fairly close to me. I didn't have like a super strong relationship with both of my grandpas, but I mean, they were in my life always, like from a little kid until now, and I did see them often. That was really hard, losing both of them, and then helping my Nana, because she had, after my Papa passed away, she was selling her house and moving, and there was so much stuff that we had to like help her with, and I was just wanting to make sure that she was okay. And I mean, I said goodbye to my, like, her house that she lived in was my whole childhood, and I think I may have took it harder than she did, because whenever we were leaving and she was like, okay, like that's it, like we got everything packed up, and I'm like, wait, this is the last time I'm ever gonna be in this place. Like, this is the last time I'll ever walk through this house. So it was a little hard, but I walked through it, and I took some pictures where I can like remember like some memories. Like my sister had her first birthday party there, and she's in her 20s now. So I don't know. It holds a lot of, there was a lot of memories at that place that so that was like a huge change, because like that no longer was my Nana's house anymore. It's someone else's house now, and I don't know. It was just really hard to do that. And then my other grandma, she didn't have to move, but I mean, she's been dealing with just, you don't know all the things that you have to do when someone passes away until they pass away. Like, and it's so crazy, all the things that they've both had to deal with, and it's just been hard, and it's overwhelming, and it's things you don't really want to deal with after you just lost somebody. Like, I don't know. So after my first papa passed away, I gained 10 pounds because my stress levels were like through the roof, and my anxiety was super high, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot for me to take in. Like, it was hard. And then like a month later, I was feeling better, kind of, but about a month later, then my other grandpa passed away, and I gained even more weight because I've just been super stressed this last half of 2021, and I'm trying really hard to manage my stress, and I know not working out is not really helping it, but it's just been a lot of emotional stress. And so I don't know, and I turned 30 this year, and it's just, there's just so much that's happening. And I know I get like, I turn a new year every year, but I don't know, this year just seems a little different. It's just got me thinking about a lot of different things. I don't know. I'm just trying to get my head straight and not overwhelm myself, which I do all the time, but I'm trying really hard to fix that. So I made a goal a few months back to lose 30 pounds by my 30th birthday. I didn't do it. I went the other way. I gained weight, but I didn't know that I was going to be going through all of those stressful things at the end of the year. It's funny because every year I try to make all these plans, like goals that I want to achieve, and I don't typically achieve any of them. It's fine, but every year I'm reminded that like you can only plan and do so much, because you don't know what life is gonna throw at you, and you just don't ever know how things are gonna go. So this year, I am not making as many New Year's goals as I usually do. I have a few. Like, I really wanna get my stress and anxiety under control. I know how to do it. It's just, I have to make myself do it. Like, I need to be working out daily, like moving my body. I need to be getting outside, and I need to make sure that I am fueling my body properly with the right food. So I went vegan a couple years ago, and I have not really been doing so great this past year. One of my biggest problems is that whenever I stress or my anxiety's high, I stress eat, and I don't typically want things that are vegan. Like, I just crave a lot of different things that I know that I can substitute for the vegan version, but it's just like not what I want. And so I need to overcome that. And so my new, like, a goal for 2022 is to be completely back on my vegan diet, because since having my gallbladder taken out, my body processes foods, and just it feels and it thrives better on a plant-based diet. And I feel better. My anxiety levels are not high. I thrive better on a plant-based diet. And so I plan to be completely vegan the beginning of the year, like starting back being completely vegan and like hoping to not mess up. I mean, I still have my goal of losing weight because I have put on weight at the end of this year, so I'm wanting to lose that plus some, but not really any like huge goals. I want to take more time to be in the moment and like with my kids and with my family and not stress so much on little things that are just not important. I am wanting to do a complete declutter, like purge of my entire house. So when my house is super cluttered, my head is cluttered and I'm stressed, and I know that continuing to have a bunch of stuff in my house is just gonna keep driving me crazy. With that being said, for January, all of my YouTube videos are going to be this declutter series that I'm gonna do. So I'm going to take you through my house and show you all the things I'm getting rid of, share some decluttering like tips if you want to declutter your house with me. Like, I honestly would really like to be a minimalist because I just think it would make my life so much easier because there's so much stuff. Like, I don't want to be like an extreme minimalist because I know sometimes they have like one piece of furniture and one, like, it's just like some people don't even have furniture. But all the little stuff everywhere. Like, I have cabinets in my kitchen full of just stuff that, like, it's stuff I just don't need. Our garage is packed and there's just stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna be taking you along with me the whole month of January, and we are going to be decluttering this whole entire house and becoming as minimal as possible. So I know this video is a little all over the place. I've gotten distracted and interrupted so many times by my kids and everything. I lose track of what I'm talking about. So then I like hop into something else and I know it's all over. But one more, this is kind of like a big goal, I guess. One more goal besides like losing weight, decluttering my house, just working on my stress or whatever, is to really, like, a lot of you on here don't know a lot about me because I haven't shared like a lot. I used to have another YouTube channel and it was just about our family, and like, cause we were living in a camper, we were plant-based, we homeschool. There's all these different factors that went into the videos that we were sharing. But I am kind of like a health nut. Like, I love all things health. I love the produce section in the grocery store. I love any kind of books about health. I love just, I mean, anything that has to do with it. Like, it just, like, I don't know, it makes me super excited. I know I'm kind of weird. But so I really do want to be a holistic nutritionist, and last year I had made a goal to become one for this year, and it's fine that it didn't work out. But because God has taken me on so many different journeys this year that just continue to teach me things about myself. And so like, I'm really okay that the fact that I didn't like achieve that goal, and I'm not making that goal for 2022. If it happens, fine. But I have a passion for health and a passion for like helping people be healthy. But the thing is that I have to be I have to lead by example. I have to practice what I preach. I can't just tell all these people to be healthy and then I'm not doing it for myself. So this next year I am taking a lot of time to focus on my own healing and my own not so great habits that I have, trying to fix them, just trying to heal from them, and also just like really trying to figure out, like, I enjoy doing YouTube. Right now it's just kind of like, here's my messy house, clean it. I like watching people clean their houses, and I know that it like inspires me. So that's really like my main goal, is to inspire people just to live a better life in all aspects of life. Like, it doesn't matter if it's cleaning or homeschooling or being a mom or being plant-based, being healthy, whatever. Like, I do just want to inspire people. And so when I started doing this channel, like, I know there's other moms that feel like me in the way that I do out there, and make this YouTube channel so that way that they could relate with other people and be like, oh, she has a messy house too. And like, it's just, I don't know, I feel like society puts this like, oh, our houses have to be perfect and everything has to be perfect and our lives have to be perfect, and it's so unrealistic. And we just we get caught up in it, and I'm guilty of that. I get caught up in like wishing that my life was like other people's, or like, oh man, I wish my house was clean like theirs. But in reality, I know their house is not clean like that all the time, especially if they have kids. And if you have kids, then you know. So that's why I created this channel. But I really, like, I don't know if cleaning videos are exactly what I want to be making forever. And so I really want to be taking time to just kind of figure out what I want my YouTube channel to be about and how I want to inspire people, and just, I don't know, just kind of go from there. All right, so I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I've shared with you guys about my surprise birthday party. I've talked to you a little bit about turning 30 this year. I've shared some of my goals with you, and I want you to share some of your goals with me in the comments below. I've told you about my Declutter series that I'm bringing out in January, and I mean, like, we are like diving deep into this house to get rid of things because there is stuff everywhere. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up because it really supports my channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and click the little bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out, and I'll see you guys in 2022.
Just keep on doing what you do.